It's Johnny, and I'm on my gummy, and I fell another appeal. Who does the appeals? The same people that ban you? You know, everything they say I say is hate speech. Everything. I can sit here and watch the demise of a nation and what they're showing on TV and on these sheep feed propaganda social media sites. Land of the free where nothing's free, the tax plantation. But I see what they allow. I see what they promote. I see what they say. I seen a man calling for violence of another race of Americans. But since he was black, TikTok said, no, there's no hate speech there. He's just doing his constitutional right and the way he sees America. But everything I do is hate speech. As long as they're telling our white women to not have children that look like them, that's okay. But if you say, hey, white women, why don't you want children that look like you? Why are we being bred out just like black Americans? Black Americans, what the people that are in charge of our entertainment industry, every time you see anybody on TV, they have it's a black man with a white woman. Why? Why is that all they show? Very, very minimal. I know you're going to pick out one or two people. I'd love to see more. Why? Why do they want to get rid of black Americans and white Americans? Cover the lies. The Native Americans are almost all genocided. They're down. They've moved so many times, they've lost their history. That's the newest history we can get back. The genocide and what happened, and nobody knows. No American knows what's above them, below them, what's around them. They don't know what chemicals they're eating. They don't know what chemicals they're drinking. They don't know the chemicals that's sprayed on them every fucking day. And it fascinates me, man, that the history in Spain, the history in France isn't near as hidden as the United States. Why is that? It shows the Moors occupying France and Spain. The people that financed slavery, every aspect, not the people, or not just the people, not just the capture, not just the transportation and every ship. If you needed to finance a ship, who'd you go see? I'm talking about the fucking plantations. I'm talking about every aspect of a world economy that's on the backs of another people. Mainly Americans. White, black, white Americans were conquered. My forefathers were in Scotland. Now, my grandmother's lineage is Irish, but I like to talk about my Scottish forefathers because we were stewards to the Bruces. I'm actually, man, in my lineage, I was actually fucking somebody. I feel like I should be fighting for something. I don't know what it is, and I don't know who it's for, man, because I just don't think Americans give a shit about nothing. They just go with the flow, just like I used to. I can't blame them. But they want everything in our demise, man. When the Roman armies beat back the Moors in France and then Spain, Queen Isabella of Spain hired the Italian Christopher Columbus. It's not even, within a year, said, follow those sons of bitches, the Moors. And the Moors have been in North America and Brazil for a long time. I'm not saying not some black Americans wasn't on slave ships, because what about South America? My forefathers were shipped to Australia, South Africa, Canada, and the United States. Every Caucasian person is from somewhere else. I keep telling Miss North America, or the North Pole. Every no map will show you what's north. Well, if you're standing in northern Russia, what's above you? Nothing. If you're standing in northern Canada, what's above you? Nothing. All the Canadian stuff that we know is right on our border. Absolutely appalling, man. It's how dumb do they think we really are? I ask questions. I was a horrible student. Seems like our education system's just like a regurgitation. It's just, they'll give you the answers. They'll ask you the questions. And all you got to do is repeat it back. And it is so fucking much lies that I just can't. Wait a minute. How do we know this is what happened in the War of 1812? How do we know? How did North America come to be? And why did 7 countries just... Was it Norway that took Canada first? Britain took... Why do we all speak English from that little... I mean, you know how big Britain was? Do you have any idea the histories of Genghis Khan? And that'll help some of my Native Americans right there, and South Americans, Central Americans. It sure will. Genghis Khan killed so many people, he changed the fucking weather. It was a climate change. That's mass depopulation. Why is that what they're doing to us? Nobody can reproduce anymore. And if you can, your baby's got all kinds of fucking problems we never used to have. And then nobody can live as long. The elders are still out there. The ones that ate the real food, they're still there. They're dying off. I'm 51 years old, and I'm the generation of fast food. They started that, and that's what I get. Mom, can we please go to, like when you eat supper, what are you having tonight? Well, we're having Arby's. What are you having tomorrow night? Well, we had Long John Silver's. We had Sonic for supper. We had Godfather's Pizza. You know, it's not a homemade pizza with flour, the good stuff, olive oils, all these oils, man, they made for lubricants they're putting in your body, and it is... I've got my own health problems that I can't change, man. I still want the Baconator. But it sure would be nice. Dude, our vegetables are genetically modified. They're growing these style of vegetables. And they have no value. And did you know not every tribe ate meat? No, most tribes knew that we were ambassadors. Even the Native Americans. The Native Americans treated Mother Earth like they wasted nothing. You don't have trash. That's a cancer. We're a cancer. What is our basic function? To go to work. It's resources, right? Everywhere man has been, it's a cancer. We steal resources. We strip. We take, and we leave it barren. Why can we not change it? Who's getting wealthy on this? And most of us, man, we live here on this tax plantation, this land of the free where nothing's free, and we just try to survive. We're trying to pay for our slave quarters. We're trying to pay for our transportation where I trade slavery. It's slavery. It happened during the Civil War. The southern states said, hey, man, no. If a man owns his property, he owns his fucking property. Ain't nobody above the man. In the United States in the North said, yeah, there's a corporation. And then there's going to be courts underneath the corporation. So the man really don't own his home anymore. He'll have a piece of paper that says deed. The man won't have coin of gold worth X amount of money anywhere in the world. No, no, no. These people will keep the gold and they'll give you paper. The man doesn't own his horse or his transportation. No, 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 no. He'll get a piece of paper that says title. And then we'll have all this authority above the man. And I'm glad southern states stood up for it. I'm glad all the black Americans stood up against the corporations in the Civil War, but we lost. And the people that control our education just spun it. Now everybody's just left with blame. They don't fucking know it. Oh, it's your fault. You colonizer. I don't understand it, man. But I'm Johnny, and I'm on my gummy. And that's why TikTok hates me. If you love me, if you follow me, you got to find me. If you don't, well, give it time, man, because I'm sure I can say something worse. I will always talk what I want. I'll always say what I want. Even better, man, we can talk about what you want. Why can't we? What kind of podcast can I have? I want to run for governor, man, but I'm too fucking rigid around the edges. I'm a prison guy. I'm an oil field guy. I'm a Navy guy. Come on.